Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're just about ready to dive into the metalwork on this car, but before we do, I wanted to share what the vision is for this Duster. It is going to be a resto mod on the lighter side, but it will have some modern upgrades, some changes to the overall look to make the car my own, make it what I want. So I'm going to give you a walk around, share with you what I have in mind, and we'll go from there. All right, let's dig in. So the first thing I would say is this car will have a very similar stance to David Freiberger's crop duster. If you haven't seen that before, I'll throw a photo up in the top corner here. I think him and Steve Dulcich did an amazing job with that car, and it will have some of the similar cues that that one has. So to start with, it will have the full factory style blackout treatment on the hood, tops of the fenders, all the way through the door and top of the corner there. It will also have the super stock hood scoop. I think that is the best look on these Dusters. It will, of course, have the shark's tooth grille in the front. It will have the 71 style black stripe that goes along up around the hips and back. In the back of the car, it will have the vinyl blackout that goes around the back of those sexy taillights. Love that look back there. As for the color of this car, it's got to be a Mopar bold color from the era. And I've done Sassy Grass on the Cuda. I've done Plum Crazy on the Charger. This one is going Hemi Orange. And for the interior of this Duster, we're going to go with the real stock, factory looking black interior. I'll use legendary finishings on the rear seat. I'll convert the front bench to buckets, again with factory style vinyl. Legendary door cards for the front and the quarters. And the dash will, again, be very factory looking. The only changes I'll make up here would be the steering wheel and the cluster. Dakota Digital doesn't make an A-body cluster replacement, like a full cluster kit like they do for the E-bodies and B-bodies. So what will likely happen here is I'll make a custom panel to replace what's in there as a factory kit and use Dakota Digital gauges individually and make my own gauge cluster up there. Factory style carpet. Really, as I said, when you look in this car, when it's all done, it'll look like it's just come out of the factory. Nothing special. I like that old school look. I don't want anything modern with the exception of the gauge cluster. So that will do the interior. And now for the important bit. This slant 6 will get replaced with a 6.4 liter, 392 cubic inch Gen 3 Hemi with a 6-speed manual transmission behind it. Oh, that's going to be fun. Behind it, we'll have to upgrade the rear end because that 7 1/4 will be sent to the moon with that kind of horsepower up here. So I'll be on the lookout for a Dana 60, or if I need to, I'll go with a Ford 9-inch. I know I'm going to get some grief over that, but hey, the strength, availability, and affordability of those rear ends might be the ticket for this Duster. So that's the drivetrain for this car. And you may be wondering about wheels and tires. Well, I haven't decided on the wheels yet. If you have some ideas, throw them in the comments. What I do know is I want the widest tires that I can fit on this car while still tucking into the fender wells. I'll have a staggered look, so skinnier up front, but still filling out the front fender well, and as wide as I can possibly go on the back. I know I can do a 275, maybe a 295, but I think that might be pushing it. I've got 295s up on the Charger here, and they fill out really nice. I do like the width of that. So that might be an option down here. I want the tire to be fully tucked. I do not want it sticking out, but I want the wheel well filled up, and I want the widest tire I can possibly put in this Duster because I just think that makes these cars just look mint. That's what I'm aiming for on the wheels and the tires. Again, love your ideas on on the types of wheels. I haven't decided, but that will come. And lastly, suspension. I will go for upgraded torsion bars on the front. I may do upgraded upper lower control arms. And in the rear, I'll look for an affordable 4-link solution to go along with the rear end that I get, or possibly a more affordable Caltrack option. That's the extent of it. Not overly radical, but affordable upgrades that will give me the handling that I'm looking for in this car. Well, there you go. That's the vision I have for this Duster. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Now it's time to get busy building this car. I'm doing all the work on this car, the metal work, the body work, the paint, the drivetrain, the interior, the suspension. Every single part of this car I'll be doing here in this garage. If you want to come along for the ride, hit that subscribe button. I hope you enjoy it. Let's get busy.